our state's strong legacy of progress and will stand up for working people. They have to, because we have a lot to fight against: Republican lawlessness, bigotry, and defunding of social services. We need tough, compassionate leadership at every level of government. And I promise you, I will do everything in my power as state party chair to see Democrats win across Illinois this fall. Count on it.
Please welcome Illinois Attorney General Kwame Raoul.
Good evening, Democrats. How you feel? It is a great pleasure to be with you this primary election day. This day could not have come fast enough. You know, we've had some competitive primary races this particular election season. I remember 8 years ago, I had an 8-way primary. This time around, I didn't have an opponent, so thank you. However, what I knew 8 years ago, which I know now, is that primary election day is on Tuesday, and Wednesday is a day that we come together as a Democrat family, focus on November, focus on continuing to be the state of Illinois, a fighting state, a state that fights for rights, reproductive rights, a state that fights for voting rights when Republicans are trying to take away voting rights, a state that fights against the National Guard, ICE, CBP, and Kristi Noem. We fought, and where is she now? I've been around the country during this tumultuous time, and I've run across all sorts of people who say, I wish I lived in the state of Illinois, because you all have courageous leaders who are willing to fight back. And tomorrow we come together as a family of Democrats to make sure that we're successful in November so we can continue to be the fighting state of Illinois. Thank you.
Please welcome Illinois Secretary of State, Alexi Janulius.
Good evening, Democrats. Thank you all for being here. I want to thank Governor Pritzker and the outstanding Democratic ticket that we have. Tonight I want to start by thanking the voters of Illinois. Democracy only works when people participate, and everyone who casts a ballot, not just those who come to the cool parties, play a vital role in shaping our state's future. I also want to thank everyone who had the courage to be in the arena and run in this primary. Campaigns can be spirited, and sometimes we disagree, but we all share a belief that Illinois deserves leadership that puts people first. And that's what Illinois Democrats do. We always put people first. That's why we do what we do. Now that the primary is almost behind us, the stakes in November could not possibly be higher. Across this country, we're seeing growing attacks on our democratic institutions, attempts to undermine confidence in our elections, and efforts to divide people strictly for political gain. We cannot allow that to take hold here in Illinois. The office I'm honored to serve in is about protecting the foundation of our democracy, making sure that every eligible voter can participate and every vote is counted fairly and securely. That responsibility rises above politics, but defending it requires leadership and vigilance. So tonight, we move forward together. Democrats, independents, and anyone who believes in fair elections, responsible government, and an Illinois that works for the people. We need to stand united in the months ahead, because this election isn't just about one office or one candidate. It's about the kind of state and the kind of democracy we want to pass on to the next generation. I'm grateful for the support tonight, and I'm ready to work every day between now and November to earn the trust of voters across Illinois. Last piece. Tonight is not the end. Tonight is the beginning. We need everyone to stay energized, to stay engaged, because we have, yeah, it's a little enthusiasm's good. We have a tyrant and an authoritarian in the White House. And if people sit back and just complain about it, nothing will change. So we need everyone to step up, to stand up, to fight back for the future of our state, for the future of our country, for the future of our democracy, and for the future of our planet. Thank you all so much. God bless you.
Please welcome Illinois Treasurer Mike Frericks.
Good evening, Democrats. Increasing costs, corruption, chaos. These are words that not so long ago could have been used to describe Illinois. But no more. Today, those are things that describe Donald Trump's presidency in Washington, D.C. You know, we know what chaos was like under Bruce Rauner, and now under Donald Trump. We have chaos both at home in our cities and abroad. And it can be discouraging. It can make us anxious. It can make us angry. But there is something we can do about it, and Illinois is leading the way. When there is chaos in Washington, D.C., Governor J.B. Pritzker has brought calm here to Illinois. We have seen wages rising. We have seen jobs coming back to Illinois. We have seen pharmaceutical costs going down and child care costs going down because Democrats deliver. We have an opportunity through all the chaos in Washington, D.C. to set an example. We have been doing it, and we're going to take that example and take back the White House in a couple of years. And we start this fall by taking back the Congress and taking back the United States Senate. So I'm so happy to see you here tonight. Tonight we celebrate, tomorrow we get back to work. Thank you, Democrats.
Please welcome Illinois Senate President Don Harmon.
Good evening, Illinois Democrats. Thank you for coming out today in support of our friend, our great Governor J.B. Pritzker, and the entire Democratic ticket. It is St. Patrick's Day, so allow me to take a moment of personal privilege to share a bit of Irish wisdom after a long and hard-fought primary season. There's an old saying, it's in the shelter of each other that the people live. Primaries can be difficult, but it's our job to remember that no matter how hard we fought for the right to stand before the voters of Illinois as their nominees, it pales in comparison to the fight coming this November. Questions of war, peace, economic hardship, food assistance for those in need, health care, and the protection of our individual liberties will all be on the ballot this fall. Our adversaries have shown that they are ruthless, without scruples, and determined. Victory is not simply about policy differences or shaping the direction of government. It is quite literally about whether our democracy rises or falls. So tonight, take comfort in the shelter of your opponents. We must recover. We must reforge the Rainbow Coalition that has always made the Democratic Party strongest, and we must march forward together. The people of Illinois are depending on us, the Democratic Party, to be united as one, to lead them to the ballot box this fall and take back our country from the tyranny of a fool who fancies himself a king in the 250th year of our republic. So good evening, happy St. Patrick's Day, and remember, the Democrats believe in hope above all else, because hope is what carries a democracy forward. God bless you all. Thanks very much.
Please welcome Illinois Speaker of the House, Emanuel Chris Welch.
Good evening, Illinois Democrats. Come on, we can do better than that. Good evening, Illinois Democrats. It's good to be in a room full of people who believe in something bigger than themselves. A room full of people who believe in opportunity, in justice, in the promise that when we work together, we can move our state forward. And let me start by thanking our governor, my friend, Governor J.B. Pritzker, for his leadership and for bringing us all together here tonight. And give it up for our incredible Democratic team, Chair Lisa Hernandez, Senate President Don Harmon, Christian Mitchell, and all of our leaders and volunteers who have been doing the work in communities across Illinois. Because make no mistake about it, progress doesn't just happen. Progress happens because people organize. Progress happens because people vote. Progress happens because Democrats do the work. Did we do the work, folks? For years now, Illinois Democrats have been delivering for the people of this great state. We passed balanced budgets and paid down billions in debt. We raised the minimum wage. We protected workers' rights. We expanded access to health care. We invested in education. And we stood up for reproductive freedom, civil rights, and the dignity of every Illinois family. And while others traffic in fear and division, Illinois Democrats are delivering results. Do you agree? But tonight isn't just about what we've done. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is about what comes next. Across this country, extremist Republicans are trying to roll back the clock. They want to divide our communities, take away freedoms, and silence voices that don't look like theirs or think like theirs. But let me tell you something about Illinois, and you're going to agree with me, right? In Illinois, we believe in freedom. In Illinois, we believe in fairness. In Illinois, we believe that government should work for the people. And when extremists try to take us backwards, Illinois Democrats stand up and say, not on our watch. Let me hear you say, not on our watch. But friends, victories like that don't come easy. They come from knocking on doors. They come from making phone calls. They come from organizing block by block, neighborhood by neighborhood, community by community. Because around here, we live by a simple mantra that I've said for years. And if you know what I've said for years, you can join me and say it. Say it with me tonight. Winners do the work. Let me hear you say it. Winners do the work. That means we organize. That means we show up. That means we stay focused on the people we serve. So tonight, as we wait for the polls to close, let's remember something important. Diversity is our strength, but our power has always come from our unity. Black, white, Latino, Asian, urban, suburban, rural, labor, faith leaders, students, seniors, small business owners. When we come together with a common purpose, there is nothing we cannot accomplish. So Illinois Democrats, let's stay united. Let's stay focused. Let's keep delivering for the people of Illinois. And let's go out there and prove once again that in this state, winners do the work. Winners do the work. Winners do the work. Thank you. God bless you all.
Please welcome back to the stage Attorney General Kwame Raoul, Leader Lisa Hernandez, Speaker Emmanuel Chris Welch, President Don Harmon, Secretary Alexi Janulius, Treasurer Mike Frericks, and the next Lieutenant Governor of Illinois, Christian Mitchell.
Good evening. Well, good evening, everybody. My name is Christian Mitchell, and I am so proud to be your Democratic nominee for Lieutenant Governor of the great state of Illinois. And I'm not supposed to be here. Now, before security rushes the stage, don't get me wrong, I was invited. I didn't crash the party. But what I mean, y'all, is that the odds of a kid who grew up like I did and looks like I do, being on a stage like this one, they're not all that high. You see, I was raised by a single mom in the west suburbs of Chicago. She worked hard as a nurse at Rush Hospital in the NICU, and somehow still found time to take care of me, to make sure I was getting my homework done, to take care of my grandparents who lived nearby when I was little and lived with us as they got older. Mom is here tonight. And I want to stop for a minute and just say, I love you more than words. I am grateful for everything you've done for me. Thank you, Mom. Thank you. Now, at times, our family struggled to pay the bills, but with hope, hard work, student loans, and a loving and supportive family, I was able to go to college, become a community organizer, and eventually a state representative. But my life changed in a way I would never have imagined. On the day a friend of mine asked me to sit down with a guy named J.B. Pritzker. Now, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I was skeptical. I thought maybe he was just another bored business guy who needed something to do. But J.B. proved me wrong right away. He didn't just talk at me during our meeting. He listened to me. And I was struck by his curiosity. J.B. didn't want to talk about himself. He wanted to learn about me, and most importantly, about the people that I represented. He asked so many questions about their challenges and their needs that when he said he would fight for them, I believed him. I walked out of that meeting ready to endorse J.B. Pritzker, and I have not looked back since. I joined his administration as deputy governor in 2019, so I've seen what he can do. But most importantly, I've seen who he is. JB is curious and kind. He wants to know about your life, what you think, how you live, what you need. JB is compassionate and sincere. He cares deeply about our state and all of the people in it. When people are suffering, y'all, he feels it. When things are going well, he has enough joy for all of us. But don't get it twisted. JB is tenacious and determined. He inherited a mess and turned our state around. Whether it's balancing a difficult budget or standing up to a tyrannical president, this guy doesn't back down from a fight. But he doesn't back down because of what he knows. JB knows that behind every policy that we fight for, there is a family like mine, trying to hold it together and to build a better life. That's why he passed paid leave. That's why he fought for and passed a $15 minimum wage. That's why he eliminated billions in medical debt and lowered the cost of insulin. JB passed a historic infrastructure package that delivered for all 102 counties in Illinois. He stood up for civil rights and he protected reproductive freedom, especially when it was hard. But you know what, Illinois? Here's the good news. He ain't done yet. But here's the thing. Donald Trump and Illinois Republicans, they would destroy the progress we've made. But the good news is JB and I, we're not going to let that happen. Listen, this is serious. The Republican vision for our state would make an even bigger mess than the one JB just cleaned up. It's a vision that would lower the minimum wage, that would take away a woman's right to choose, and double down on the same policies that are right now making life too expensive for Illinoisans. It would put their radical agenda ahead of what Illinois families need. But JB and I, we believe in a very different way forward. Lower costs, good jobs, safe streets, thriving neighborhoods, roads and bridges union-made that connect communities, affordable education, clean and affordable energy. That's the future that JB and I believe in. That's the future that our governor is going to keep building. That's why I am so proud to stand on this stage tonight and introduce to you a man who stands with us, a man who always delivers for us, a man who will always fight his heart out for each and every one of us. Ladies and gentlemen, my friend, our governor, J.B. Pritzker.
Let's give it up one more time for our next Lieutenant Governor, Christian Mitchell. Illinois, thank you. Thank you for your trust and your faith in me to carry out our agenda and carry it forward as your Democratic nominee for governor. Every day I walk into this fight, I know I'm able to do so because of my brilliant, tireless, and endlessly patient wife, the First Lady of Illinois, M.K. Pritzker. She has sacrificed more than anyone will ever know and reminded me in moments of doubt exactly why we do this. Our children, Teddy and Donnie, have grown up watching their parents pour everything into this job, and if the only lesson they ever take from it is that public service is a calling worth answering, then we've done something right. Now, this election night is still young, and it's too early to know the results of the most competitive races, but I want to take this opportunity to acknowledge and celebrate my dear friend and partner in governance, Juliana Stratton. I was proud to run with her in our last two elections, proud to serve alongside her for the last 7 years, and proud to endorse her U.S. Senate campaign. She is an outstanding, kind, and genuine person who loves this state with all her heart. And I am grateful for her for all that we have achieved together. So give her a big round of applause. I'm also proud to have endorsed Margaret Croak for Comptroller and Tony Preckwinkle for Cook County Board President. Both of them fantastic leaders and model public servants. Our state is lucky to have them. Now, it has been a long and arduous primary season for many, but when so much is at stake, there's no time to rest. The general election begins right now. And we're headed into it with the best campaign team in the country, led by my campaign manager, Chris Shallow. And we are dedicated to making sure that every Democrat who wins our party's nomination tonight beats their Republican opponents in November. Our Democratic Party stands united behind our candidates, united for working families, united for Illinois. Friends, this is the fight of our lives. Everything we care about is under siege from Washington. Right now, grifters of corruption and selfishness, purveyors of bigotry and hatred, have taken control of the White House and the Congress. Their purpose is to make themselves and their dear leader richer, and to do it at the expense of the powerless and the most vulnerable. The carnival barker-in-chief. Oh, sorry, I meant the commander-in-thief. Says there's no federal money for health care and food assistance for families in need. But he had no trouble finding tens of millions of dollars to send masked troops with assault weapons onto the streets of Illinois to terrorize Americans. They're shooting moms in the face. They shot a nurse in the back who was peacefully protesting. A teacher's assistant was shot 5 times for honking her horn and yelling. These were all American citizens. And then something remarkable happened. Even as other states capitulated to Donald Trump, the seemingly unstoppable force of Trump's unrestrained power met the unmovable object of Illinoisans' courage. All over the state, neighbors protected neighbors from ICE. Suburban moms blew their whistles to warn people when masked federal agents in unmarked cars came into their blocks. Parishioners formed human chains around churches so immigrants could worship. People volunteered to be rapid responders where neighborhoods were under threat. Everyday folks took out their cell phones and filmed the attacks and posted them online so the nation could see what was taking place in our cities in Illinois. Now, I created the nation's first accountability commission to gather the evidence of wrongdoing in Illinois by ICE so we can hold them criminally and civilly liable. When Trump tried to federalize our Illinois National Guard to disrupt our state, our amazing Democratic Attorney General Kwame Raoul, he took them to court and he stopped Trump's military invasion of Illinois. Democrats in the General Assembly passed laws to keep ICE out of our schools and courtrooms and hospitals. And together we exposed the lies of Kristi Noem and Stephen Miller and Tom Homan and Greg Bovino. And we made the Trump administration's violence and corruption impossible for the nation to ignore. For working families, the Trump presidency has been an unmitigated disaster. Oil prices are up. Measles is back. Farms are folding. Tariffs have raised the price of groceries and cars, and Illinoisans have been sent abroad to fight another Middle East war. In response, what is the Illinois Republican Party doing to help everyday people? Nothing. Nothing. They want to roll out the red carpet for Donald Trump and his failed policies. Not once have they lifted a finger when Trump is closing rural hospitals or taking food away from poor children. When Trump took child care and education funding away from working families, Illinois Republicans cheered him on. While Illinois Democrats passed a child tax credit and cut taxes on working families, Republicans voted against it. When Democrats raised the minimum wage to $15 an hour, not a single Republican voted for it. At a time when Illinois Democrats are working to lower the cost of living and raise wages, Illinois Republicans are offering voters a destructive alliance of cowardly doom grifters who recklessly embrace ruin. Folks, this is the fight of our future. So to the voters of Illinois, if you give Christian Mitchell and me the privilege of leading this state for the next 4 years, we will adopt a 21st century housing plan that brings home ownership within reach for the next generation. We will bring down electric bills by making Illinois the standard bearer for nuclear and renewable energy production. We will lower the cost of health care by cutting prescription drug costs like we have and continuing to eliminate bills for unexpected health emergencies. We will make Illinois the heart of American innovation in quantum technology. We will accelerate economic growth and job creation by continuing to attract new businesses to our state. We will raise wages while building the skilled workforce of the future. Now, Illinois has a proud legacy as the land of Lincoln and the home state of Barack Obama. The first state to ratify the 13th Amendment ending slavery. We were the first state, we're also the first state to ratify the 19th Amendment establishing the right to vote for all women. The state that became a safe haven for women seeking to exercise their right to reproductive care. The state that protects the rights of the LGBTQ+ community. The state that takes seriously the notion that America is a nation of immigrants and always has been. Illinois, we have so much to be proud of. And friends, I have to be honest, the things we are proud of are the very same things the Illinois GOP is ashamed of. Tonight, it appears the Republicans have again nominated Darren Bailey as their candidate for governor. Remember him? Bailey wants to be the Donald Trump of Illinois. He wants to lower the minimum wage. Lower the minimum wage. He wants to take away a woman's right to choose. He wants to continue the Trump tariff taxes on groceries. And his family still runs a school that uses a curriculum teaching that slavery wasn't wrong, and that women in the workforce have been harmful to America. That's who the Republican Party wants you to elect governor. But that's not who we are in Illinois, is it? Christian and I stand for the students who need to learn the truth about the evils of slavery and the equal rights of women. We stand for the farmers and the rural families who've had their economy and their social safety net shredded by the Trump administration. We stand for the women who should have access to quality health care that includes the right to an abortion. We stand for the black and brown communities across this state that deserve real investments after being left out and left behind for far too long. We stand for the teachers and the firefighters and the tradespeople, the workers that built this state and created the middle class. We stand for the new Americans who want so much to be a part of a country that has given them the chance to survive and thrive. Together, and I mean together, we are one Illinois. We have challenges and opportunities ahead, but we will have to fight for our future. So I have just one question for you, Illinois. Are you ready for the fight? Are you ready for the fight? I am too. Let's go get them. Thank you all very much.